Hi guys, I'm Anne. Before I basically get into it, let me first explain to you guys how this whole system works. So as medical students, doctors, sometimes pharmacists, and other people in the healthcare sector, physios, OTs, during the final year of university, we have to log into this whole system where we pick the hospitals we want to go to. So normally they'll allow you to pick like one or two hospitals from any metro or city, like hospital, facility, whatever. And then you have to pick smaller hospitals, district, clinic, blah, 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 in like smaller towns. Sometimes they even, allow you or make you choose a hospital from a rural setting. So if you have a bursary obligation like myself, the only options that will appear on the system under your ID will be hospitals from the area based on your contract with your bursa. So with me, Department of Health, Eastern Cape, I literally only got options from Krisani district basically. So I only had to choose between like Queenstown, Kofinvaba, different like small towns in essence. So basically, depending on the type of hospital that you actually placed in, some hospitals will offer DQ or doctor's quarters as an option. So basically what doctor's quarters are is like a place to stay for doctors. And it's not necessarily just doctors. Also physios sometimes are allowed to stay, pharmacists, like OTs, and sometimes they also have nurses' quarters. So yeah, you're picking the options of the hospitals that you want to go to. They'll give you an option of whether you want a place which actually has or offers doctor's quarters. Some hospitals have DQs inside the hospital yard, which makes it easier because then you don't have to drive, you don't have to like have a car like immediately after starting to work. What you can do is you literally just work in the hospital, you walk to work, there's no stress. And also the nice thing about DQs that are located inside the hospital is that you don't have to pay for electricity, and there's never ever you never have to suffer from load shedding because there's the hospital's generator, it always kicks in. So that's a nice thing about having DQs that are located inside the hospital. So basically in other like provinces or hospitals, you find that they will rent out a couple of flats in a complex or various complexes to try to cater for the doctors. So what happens is that in terms of the payments, you only pay 900 Rand for the DQs. That's water, and sometimes electricity. If they rent out a DQ for you that is not located within the hospital, then basically you have to pay for your own electricity. Whereas the nice thing is that if it's located within the hospital, you don't pay for electricity. You just cough up the 900 Rand, which gets deducted from your salary before you even get it. It's in your personal, basically. And then after the deductions, some places will charge you like 100 Rand for parking because they do have a carport for you and stuff like that. So basically it's nothing more than 1,000 Rand, which takes so much of the load off of you because guys, you don't want to have to be like struggling and paying rent. And plus, if you live in the city, rent is expensive. And let me tell you problems with the DQ system because it's nice. It takes a load off. Ne? Those are the benefits of like staying at DQ. And also the other benefit is that you don't have to pay rent. So initially you can save up money, do black tax-ish. So you're able to like buy furniture at your house, like at your home. You're able to like fix your home if you want to with that excess money because it's 1,000 Rand, and you don't have to like pay 7K for rent or like 8K, yeah. So it's nice initially, ne? But the problem with the DQ system is, let me tell you, ooh, especially, my arm is tired, especially if it's the queue in the city. It's the ghetto. It's the absolute ghetto. Let me tell you, have you ever been to Bara? Like, have you ever seen the Bara DQ? Like, I've seen DQs, right? Like, I've seen the ghetto. Like, I've seen, when you think you've seen the worst, and then you go to Bara and you see the DQs, then you're like, no, like it's intense. Like there's like stuff hanging from like drains dripping from like 1998. Like it's like it's bad. So the city, guys, like most hospitals that are located in the cities either don't have DQs or they'll have DQs that will make you live like a hobo. And yo, guys, that's embarrassing. It's just bad. Like they don't even have showers. Like the taps are dripping. There's no water. Like I could never. I could never. I could absolutely never. So the smaller Nyana hospitals, regionals, will have like semi-decent, like initially when I was an intern, I was at Far East in Springs, and because I got like, okay, they renovated them, but initially they had like a stove. They were semi-ghetto, like it was clean. Like you have a full house, you have like a 3 bedroom type situation. Like they were big, and you'd have like a bath and like a shower, whatever. But they were not so bad. Like they were like you could live there and not be embarrassed. Like you could put your furniture, clean up, whatever. It was good, and it was renovated thereafter. So the smaller Nyana hospitals do care, but let me tell you, rural hospitals care more. Like, yay, guys, especially like provinces like Limpopo, Eastern Cape, they care more because obviously they want to attract more doctors because people generally don't want to work in such like small hospitals. So yeah, they generally will like do the most. So basically where I am, I did my ComServe in Eastern Cape, and yeah, and I worked as a medical officer. So basically in like the cities, Johannesburg, Gauteng, whatever, they'll kick you out of DQ when you are like when you post ComServe, like you won't be allowed to stay there. Whereas in smaller provinces like Limsa and Eastern Cape, you can stay in the DQ for the rest of your life. And the thing is, they'll rent out a whole house for you. There's different levels, obviously, because there's people who've been here for like forever. So the people who are a bit older, the medical officers that have been here for like all their lives, they'll rent out the whole house for you with like a yard and thingamabob, like everything. Like they'll rent out a house, they'll pay for water and things like that. The only thing you'll pay for is electricity. And yeah, and plus the 900 obviously that they deduct for you from, like they'll deduct from your salary. But for us Yanganyana doctors, they'll rent out, they have like maybe 5 flats in every complex, and or in different complexes, and it's normally 2 bedroom flats, and obviously the 900 gets deducted and you only pay for electricity, and they're all like very decent, like you don't have to share with anyone. So they actually do care about you because they try to have more doctors in rural settings. So yeah, that's the ish with that. What else did I mention? So yeah, basically you sorted way too. Like you are basically sorted. So let me give you a tour. Well, this one's a bit oldish, but the nice thing about the one that I stay in, which is why they took me here, is that it's more child friendly. There's like a playground in front, and there's more like kids. Like I have social workers stay here, there's doctors, something my bob, and it's mainly people with kids who stay in this DQ most specifically. But there's other people from like outside who do other things who are renting. But there's ones that are more modern and more new, or just newer, but the only thing about them is that there's no like playground. It's not like child friendly, so it's fine. I was like, when I got this one, I was like, okay, it's whatever. Yes, it's not like it's not modern, but at least like inside it's clean and it has like a bit of space. It's a 2 bedroom flat. So let me just take you guys around. Let me show you. Also, do like, comment, subscribe. Also, guys, like I'm shooting videos on my phone, like, and my phone got ran over by a car, so the only camera that's working really is the front camera. But I told myself I'm not going to invest in this until at least I get 1,000 subs. So please, road to 1,000 subs. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and watch the video till the end.
So guys, this is how my DQ currently looks. I managed to squeeze in a dining table, and you can like manage to squeeze in a couch. And it's good like when starting out, because you don't want to have the burden of having to like pay for rent. So, and as doctors, we're moving around and going from one hospital to another until we eventually specialize and settle down. So it's a good way and a good thing, basically, the whole system, to try to assist while you are still moving around. So yeah, that is that with the DQ. There's a bit of cupboard space, and it's a 2 bedroom with a bath. This one has a shower only, actually. And that is that. They come in with stoves, which helps, because some DQs like you don't get a stove, you have to buy your own stove. So this one comes with a stove. Hello, Catherine from 1960. So yeah, that's that. it works. Trust. So here's DQ number 2. It's also located in like a small complex. It's a 3-bed, and there's 2 people who are made to share. The space is quite big because obviously you're sharing, and these ones are double story, but they do not have they don't have tiles. They have mats on the floors. Kitchen's pretty big, but there is space to have like a whole lounge situation. They only have a bath. Most DQs have that problem of just only having baths, which is annoying. But yeah, that is that. There's a lot of space. So basically, if you're liking the city, you'll find a newly renovated DQ. This is the place where I used to stay as an intern. I showed you the pictures earlier with the red kitchen and whatnot. They renovated. So if you like, you'll find that it's renovated. They're pretty big. They're actually humongous. 3 beds, sometimes 2 baths, literally a whole house. So in order for you to know what to expect, you can inquire to find out if it's newly renovated. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.